Congrats on the Silent Hour. I really enjoyed the film, and I talked with
Thanks, Tyler.
Sandra, and she had a lot of praise for the work you put in before filming on learning American Sign Language, and she spoke so passionately about practicing it with you during filming. How was it just picking up that aspect of the film?
Yeah, I mean, to me, that was the sort of the essence of the challenge going into this. And, I like to sort of be off book, like I know my lines before I start filming. And here, I wanted to know my sign language lines too. But then I quickly realized that like I really want to try to go as deep as I can with this. And it really is the way into that community and understanding the way that they communicate. And then I realized that the more that I picked up, the more of a shorthand me and Sandra had. Of course we had, she had really good interpreters with her for the most of the time. And they become it become, it's very useful in having more like in-depth complicated conversations where you really get to know each other. But then, sometimes they weren't around, especially when we were shooting. We were at the top of a ladder, or in some elevator, and then it's just me and her, and sometimes the crew and the camera's far away, and they're sort of yelling. And then I was actually able to sort of communicate to her, oh no, they're changing it. And it was exhilarating to get to take my first steps in there. And then, working with her changed my whole idea of what the most important aspect of acting is. So for the past 20 years of doing this, I've been convinced, and sort of been preaching it to like young actors that I talk to, or whoever that wants to listen to me preach, about the most important aspect of acting is listening. And that's the essence of presence and being present. And then I'm working with Sandra, and she is a world-class actor, just a stunning actor. And she doesn't hear shit, but she's listening. But she's like listening with her eyes. Yeah, it really threw me for a loop. I'm like, wait, what? And it really is like that. And I think that it's so fascinating with the human experience and the human body when you remove an element like a sense, how the human experience just finds another way. And yeah, and it was yeah, it really blew my mind, made me think a
Yeah,
lot.
Yeah, that's an incredible takeaway from it. And I was curious, since you did Silent Night and now the Silent Hour, which, deal with different disabilities, well, what's been most rewarding about really taking a look at these scenarios and these situations that, you previously wouldn't have really given much of a thought about?
Yeah, I mean, it really is. I mean, it's I got to find my blind one, where it's it's I got to complete my trilogy, the Three Monkeys. Um, but yeah, but it really is fascinating. And it is, both Silent Night and Silent Hour really taught me things about my craft. And it is something like when you remove, I mean, it's a comedian that they just come right after the other. I was sure that Silent Hour was going to change the title, but no. So here we go. And but yeah, but for me as an actor, like, there were two very different experiences, but they did have, more in common than just the title. It's that thing where when you remove one aspect, all the others become so much more important. Not having any lines in Silent Night it just made me realize things about my craft, and similarly, made me realize things about life on Silent Hour.
That's really beautifully put. And I was curious. You've worked with a lot of great directors, and I was curious about Brad Anderson's approach to action because there's some really tense action sequence in this. What stood out about how he directed those scenes?
He's incredibly well prepared, and he's a natural editor, so he has the edit. He's one of those directors that really has the edit in his head already, so he knows exactly what he wants, and then if something doesn't work, he can sort of re-edit it in his mind, and then he can like add a shot that he knows where he's going to put it in the edit. And these action movies that are trying to like have a bigger scale than what the budget allows, it's pretty fast paced. So the only way to make a really a strong film is to be extremely well prepared. So the more preparation you have, the more things on the cuff you're able to do. And he's an incredible, his vision is really tight. He knows exactly what he wants, and that kind of, when you have that sort of assuredness from the leader, the director, then everyone, it's very easy to fall in line, and to add your piece to that vision.